app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from yet another undisclosed location, which I'm sure will have an outstanding... Wow, an actual camera angle. Are you in an RV?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like an RV.
Thanks.
Yeah, you guys you're moving around the countryside.
A little bathroom back there. Kitchenette.
Big bathroom.
I feel like I see the kitchenette back there. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
Do you have like a ton of these? Is this like your new brand? Chase the dream, not the fame. That's the third day in a row you've worn this shirt.
Yeah, it's I have the blue one, the black one, the white one, the yellow one, and the red one. Yeah. I think it's an important message.
What is?
Don't make it about being famous.
Who said it's about being
doing
famous?
what you dreamed of doing? Lots of people clearly make it about being famous, I would argue.
Give me an example.
You are famous.
Who do you have on that list?
Instagram models, Jesse Nelson.
But they're doing that
a long
for
list
money.
Of people that like people.
They're doing that for money, aren't they? I don't think that's fame. If they weren't getting paid, they wouldn't be doing that. No,
I think they probably would. I think many of them would.
Really?
It is a means to the some financial.
Do it for a little bit of fame.
Would we agree most people would rather be super rich than super famous?
I would like to believe that. Sure, of course.
Okay. All right.
Can we chase the dream and the fame?
Yeah, you can have everything.
Like I could be happy and famous. That'd be good.
Where do you think you are? Where do you think you are in that process, Jesse?
I think I'm right on track for both. I think I'm doing great. I think I'm living life large. I'm pretty popular. People recognize me all about town. I think we're doing great. Yeah.
Well done. Good job.
Chasing the dream and the fame. Tracking down the dream and the fame.
Chasing engagement, chasing replies, chasing social media attention. That's me. That's what I'm doing.
No, what I don't understand is you don't even do it. Cheesehead TV does it. You don't even you don't even want the virality. You say something. Again, you didn't even try to say anything. You're mumbling and stumbling. And Jesse and I are looking at each other yesterday. You weren't on a camera. We're like, is he going to say? Because I knew where you were going. You never text me, so I didn't know exactly. I know usually we'll do this stuff. You'll text like, oh, this is what's really going on. And then I'll kind of snake you through. You didn't text me the details of what your conversation was. You say something, and I appreciate our friends at Cheesehead TV popping it, putting the audio out. They get 250,000 hits on their website. I don't know if we even put it out.
It's kind of irritating, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to do what you did
so you
there,
appreciate them doing that?
No,
that's what you're going with?
What do you want me to say? They did it, and it got engagement. We're in an engagement business. You don't have to like it, but this is where we're at. And you ended up getting none of the fame. You didn't chase the dream, but you said it, and you had the repercussions of saying it, that you had to go and talk to Keisean.
More people are aware of our show this morning thanks to Cheesehead TV cutting that clip yesterday. We appreciate them for it.
You'd think Jesse would cut the clip and put it, but that's another conversation for another day. But continue, Jason.
So they didn't. First of all, if you go back and listen, I don't know, Jesse, do you have the clip from Cheesehead TV
I
to
sure
play?
Do. Yeah, I do.
Now we have to get Cheesehead TV clips of our own show.
Do we have permission to use their clip of our show? By the way, appreciate them sharing this clip and getting hundreds of thousands of views. It is, we have a new logo. And then we got a new logo after that logo. They used the logo 2 logos ago. So
can we send Cheesehead TV our new logo?
Yeah, I think we should probably do that. Yeah, we should probably.
Jason, send that over to Nags in the group so that they have our logo. I love our new logo.
Yeah, brand new is awesome logo here. So we want to make sure we're using that next time.
As I said,
Nagler.
As long as I'm on this show, this will be our logo because it's a beautiful logo. Beautiful.
That's all. Just only a little constructive feedback for Cheesehead TV.
Otherwise, great.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Would you like to hear what Jason didn't say yesterday?
God, I hate you guys.
Can you please cite it from
so much.
Cheesehead TV, though, and not from our own
this audio courtesy of at Cheesehead TV on X.
Thank you, Aaron Nagler. We appreciate you.
Here is a clip. I think we have permission to play this from our own show. Shared by
we don't.
Cheesehead
Wait a second.
TV.
That is beautiful. Can someone text them and see if we get permission?
Hope we don't get in
to
trouble.
Run our clip from it?
Anyway, here it is.
You sound surprised. When you talked to Keisean Nixon last week, did you ask him anything about that?
I did not discuss it with him on the record, no.
Did you off the record?
I did not discuss it with him on the record, no.
Do you believe that he will be at training camp fully practicing if he does not get a new contract? Not from any source. Do you believe he is going to? Do you believe he's playing this season out with that deal?
I cannot say that with any degree of high confidence. I am still intrigued by that scenario and still am skeptical that is. It's just happy-go-lucky. All is well. All is right with the world, and.
So are you surprised he's here today?
Great no, question. I'm not surprised.
I'm going to
tell
you
me again,
Jason.
Tell me again what the big news is there.
You give me a lot of grief about not interrupting you, and not. I asked you a lot of really good, pointed questions there. I think
about an off-the-record conversation that you knew I wasn't going to answer.
Yeah, I know, but you gave us a little something. You gave us a little something. I took away from that conversation that Keisean isn't going to just stand pat. That's what I took away from it. You didn't say it. I think there was some implications.
Right,
which is
the problem with this.
I understand.
That's the problem with this. I don't think he knows what he's going to do yet.
Okay,
that is my opinion.
Okay,
but I say something that later on I noticed that Aaron Nagler, the grand poobah of Cheesehead TV, posted him saying something similar, actually about the offseason program. It was so long ago, which obviously Keisean Nixon has attended fully. He's been there for everything, including the softball game that Michael Parsons and Jordan Love put on in Grand Chute. I don't know what he is going to do. I do know this, that we all know, including Keisean, why this happened. It was not because what I said was particularly compelling. I believe Matt Schneidman of The Athletic, who is mentioned in their tweet, had said months ago that he expected Keisean to seek a raise, which, by the way, for all those Packers fans, who I'll get to in a moment, who are not Keisean Nixon fans, if you don't like the fact that Keisean Nixon is your number one corner, that's not Keisean Nixon's fault. That's Brian Gutekunst's fault. So be mad at him. Secondly, the idea that so Keisean, someone from the PR department brought this tweet to him.
Okay.
After practice. And because relationships matter to me, being trusted matters to me.
Chase the dream, not the fame. Yep.
And because some probing Scott Pelley wannabe was asking tough questions about an off-the-record conversation, was put in a
just
position.
For the record, I don't want to be Scott Pelley. Just for the record,
he's talking about you,
Scott Pelley. Continue. No, I know he is. I'm well aware.
This gets blown up, and look, I don't chase the fame, and I definitely don't chase social media glazing or attention. This was, I think we all know why this was done. And that's exactly what Keisean Nixon said to me. He said, we were fine. He said he was fine with what I said. But he said, you know why they did that. And I said, yeah, I know exactly why. Because there is a segment of the fan base, which I don't know how large it is, it feels large, kind of like it felt large, the segment
Jason,
of the fan base.
You know why? Who did what? I just want to, as my Leslie Stahl / I'm more of a Morley Safer guy.
I think of you more as a never mind.
Andy Rooney.
Do we need to put a limit on Tausch's follow-up questions so Jason doesn't get in trouble anymore?
But
no, I'm not.
Keisean,
look, I'm not in trouble.
By that?
Let me be clear. Let me be. All right. Can I answer one question at a time, please?
I don't know. You always
first
want
of all,
questions thrown.
Yeah, usually you don't answer any questions.
That's true. This is like bizarro world today on Wilde and Tausch.
I mentioned how much I hate you two.
Clip of the day at the start of the show. What a weird thing.
Can't wait to get to practice. All right. So, couple things. First of all, the why they did this is Cheesehead TV. It is certainly. I'm not referring to you or Jesse.
I thought you were talking.
I have my own.
Okay.
No. Secondly, and I said I know exactly why. And that's because there is a segment of the fan base. I don't know how large it is. Again, I do believe they're very loud. There's no doubt about that. That doesn't like Keisean Nixon. And this is chum in the waters of social media. Cheesehead TV put this on their Instagram channel, their Threads channel, their Twitter channel. It's everywhere. And the reason they did it, and Aaron Nagler and I have a very good relationship, but this did irritate me. And I did say it on the radio. I understand that. But you didn't do it because it was so insightful. It was not an insightful comment. What it was about Keisean Nixon that you knew was going to drive engagement. And that is exactly what happened. Like as of right now, it has 209,000 impressions. It has 151 likes, but 193 comments.
That's a lot of comments.
That's just on X.
Well, and that's just on X because people don't like him, and it gins up this dislike for him. And if you look at all the comments, you don't see a lot of replies of people saying, I think Keisean Nixon does deserve to have his contract improved slightly.
Yeah, squeaky oil and all that deal, but why is that, do you think? Why do you think people don't like Keisean? Because if you look at things, he's not like a real outspoken cat. I didn't love when he went and said he didn't want to return kicks anymore. I know.
Me. I don't think anybody did, including the Packers.
But as far as playing the cornerback position, they signed him to that contract being a kick returner, punt returner.
Yeah. 3 years, $18 million.
And an occasional defensive back. He has done more with that than he has been for that contract. Packer fans usually will look at it and say, that's awesome. Like, he's given us a lot of play. And you're right. It's not his fault. He has called himself the number one corner. He's went out. And for a big chunk of this contract, he's been it. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be leaned on to be it again, unless Cisse really pops. He gave up a couple plays against DJ Moore. It happens. I don't know why there'd be Packer fans that would be, really irritated with him. It's not, he plays hard. I know there's the viral clip of him on the goal line doing that. It's a bad look. I can't defend that. But for what we've paid Keisean Nixon and what he's done in the return game when he was doing it, and by the way, he should still be doing it, and how he's played the corner position, we should be sitting there saying, now, that doesn't mean he should get a new contract. That doesn't mean any of that. And by the way, he should look for a new contract because he's 29, 30 years old. He's in the last year of his deal, and he's vastly underpaid. That's why I brought this up probably a couple weeks after the season was over. I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I would bet that Keisean Nixon isn't going to be happy with this contract, playing it in his last year when there's cap space, and this is the way it's going to go. It is very Elton Jenkins-ish. That's what it is. The Packers don't want to pay older players. They've sprinkled a little bit with Frank, trading and then obviously bringing in Hargraves. But that's where the Packers are at. And it's a very interesting topic. I think when you're talking about the number one corner on a team that you're expecting to be Super Bowl caliber, I think it's super interesting. And that's why I disagree with you on that it's not interesting.
No, it's not that the topic. No, wait a minute. It's not that the topic's not interesting. It's what I said was not interesting, which I'm happy to admit.
You don't want to be interesting.
It was
so
not
you don't
interesting.
want to be interesting.
No,
it wasn't like the actual the comment that I made was not interesting.
Painfully uninteresting.
If you make assumptions about it,
kind of juggling and like word salady. Like I don't know.
Keisean Nixon had a 66.4 overall rating last season by Pro Football Focus. That ranked 41st among 114 qualified corners. He ranked 35th in coverage grade with 67.8. His run defense, he ranked 40th. So look, he is not a top tier number one shutdown corner. But again, whose fault is it that he is their number one corner and playing on a 3-year, $18 million deal, that he was a kick returner and a nickel guy when he signed?
Well, Jair Alexander, you could put it on Jair for not being able to stay healthy and all of the stuff that he's went through, because the Packers signed Jair Alexander to be the best corner in the league. And unfortunately, that dreadful day against Pittsburgh, that completely moved his career in a whole different direction, unfortunately. And then that steamrolled into Keisean.
They signed Nate Hobbs, who, other than keeping us from talking to Keisean Nixon after the playoff game, didn't do much. They drafted Jesse's guy back in that same 2018 draft, Josh Jackson. That didn't go very well.
Should have been so much better.
They drafted Eric Stokes, who finally panned out apparently for the Raiders. Okay. And now they've gone to Benjamin St. Juste and drafted 2 guys in the 2nd and 6th round at corner. I am not here to be Keisean Nixon's press secretary and tell you and spin how great he is. He has some shortcomings. I think even he would acknowledge that. But again, the idea of him being their number one corner at $4 million this year, I don't care how you feel about him, that is vastly underpaid. Whether he should be or shouldn't be their number one corner. And if you think Brandon Cisse is going to walk in here as a 20-year-old kid and be a number one corner for a Super Bowl contending team, great. And if that happens, that is great news for the Packers.
I agree.
But as of now, where they're at a corner, that is not where they are. And I watch practice, and it's Keisean Nixon and Carrington Valentine who are out there first with the ones. They've mixed some of Brandon Cisse in. They've got Benjamin St. Juste, who everyone seems to be very excited about his Pro Football Focus grade. The bottom line is this is a position that has been either neglected or mismanaged, and that's why Keisean Nixon is your number one corner. And I'm sorry if you don't like it, but that's the reality.
How did your interaction with Keisean go post Cheesehead kerfuffle?
Good. We were fine. I think he understood that I did not betray any of our confidences from our conversation. Again, I want to be very clear. At no point did he say, I am not showing up for training camp. I don't think he knows what he is going to do. I think he knows that he is underpaid. Now, if you recall last year, we went through this same dance with Elton Jenkins, who was another player that I had a very good and still do relationship with. Again, he asked for the money that was already existing in his contract to have some of it guaranteed. Yep. And of course, the Packers said no. Why? Because whether he'd have broken his leg or not, they planned on moving on from him after the season. And all the stuff that Goody said about him being a potential all-pro center, I don't know if they believe that or not. All I know is they were not planning on keeping him after his 30th birthday. He can say that they don't have a line of demarcation at age 30. He can say all those things. But as you have made very clear to me, don't worry about what he says. Focus on what he does. And I think what he will ultimately do is probably not improve Keisean Nixon's contract.
Sprinkle.
I don't know.
I think there should be some sprinkling.
Well, I don't know if Goody's interested in that or not. Maybe he's interested in new windows with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Unlike NFL contracts and everything else, there's always going to be haggling, not with windows and doors, especially when you go to Pella, who sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they don't use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. Yeah, and I was listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I'm down in Milwaukee today, and Shefty kind of said the same thing you just said, Jason, because they asked about Keisean. And kind of that same thing. I don't think there's going to be any big moves as far as handling anything with that. That's at least from Shefty's point of view as well.
We will see, and we will see what his strategy is. I would, again, tend to agree with some of the people that were among the 193 people who replied to that tweet. I don't think he's got a whole heck of a lot of leverage. If he withholds his services, I don't know how that works out for him. But again, I don't understand. Like, this is not our money. And if we can't agree on the fundamental principle that he is underpaid for a number one corner, whether he should or shouldn't be a number one corner, then I don't know where else to go with that conversation, because that is at least reasonable to say. And if you don't think that's reasonable to say, I can't, in the words of Winston Moss, I can't help you. I can't help you by getting ready for Bryan Bulaga. He's coming up. Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. The world's game is here, and Kyle and Brust are taking the celebration to Milwaukee. Join Kyle and Brust live Thursday from Zocalo, 636 South 6th Street, as they kick off the road to the FIFA World Cup 26. Grab a Michelob Ultra and be part of the action with Kyle and Brust, live from Zocalo. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching the FIFA World Cup 26 at Stenny's North Shore, Spanky's Waterford, and Three Lions Pub Shorewood. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/yougotthis. Member FDIC.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery, the pain's back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Sounds like someone's here to celebrate with us.
10 years with this show? Oh my gosh, what a run.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels.
Greatest show on ESPN Wisconsin, period.
And this celebratory message is brought to us by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, Wilde
It
and
is
Tausch.
time.
It's your friend Dan Kelly here. Congrats for your 10 years on the air. That's absolutely awesome. It's always great listening to the show, and it's even been a lot of fun being a guest on your show. We always had a predetermined topic, but rarely, if ever, seemed to stick to it. I never knew totally where the conversation was going, but that's what made it a lot more fun. And as you launch into your second decade, if you have a ribbon-cutting ceremony, I'm your man. Love you guys.
What a stud.
Yeah, I think Dan sums up how this show generally works. We may have a plan, but we rarely stick to it. I will tell you this, Dan Kelly is one of the most wonderful human beings that I've gotten to meet because of this show. I don't think I would have known him without it.
Great bicyclist.
Like motorcyclist?
No, none of this. Like, listen, man, I am a proponent of the e-bike. I think it gets people out biking.
You're not just a proponent of it.
What the e-bike has turned into is crazy town. The e-bike has turned into crazy town. Dan is an old school biker, and Dan Kelly saved
Greg
my life.
LeMond.
Dan Kelly saved my life on a bike ride. I think I've told that story before, but not everybody listens every day. I'm on my bike. We're doing a lake loop, and Dan wisely, as I was crossing an intersection, gave me the UW Credit Union stiff arm and stopped me as a car would have completely greased me had I not had Dan Kelly next to me. So, Dan, appreciate you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you, given how important Tausch is to the program. Just out of curiosity, why were you unaware of the approaching vehicle? Would have
kind of a blind
greased
spot.
You?
So I don't know the lake loop like Dan does. Now we've done that loop a bunch, not recently, which I think we're going to rectify, but I just missed it. I wasn't, you're biking, you're having a good time, you're talking, and sometimes the focus dripped for a second, and away we go. So.
Well, our celebratory one calls that's all come from Gruber Law Offices. I don't know what your case might have looked like had that car run you over.
I would know.
Because it sounds like it would have been your fault.
No, it wouldn't have been my case, and it would have been Sarah's case because I would have been. I'm not even going to get into it. It would have been.
Please don't.
Well,
but if you have
back up,
no, I
no, you did.
I'm just trying to get to the Gruber read, bro.
Would have been talking about one of our other partners if they had been hit by that car.
Yeah. My brother's funeral home is what we would have been talking about.
Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to just tell you that if you've been injured in an accident and it's someone else's fault, not yours, there's a good chance that you are entitled to compensation, and that means you got to make the call to get the best team on your team, and that is Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. 40 years of experience winning for Wisconsinites, and you don't pay until they win, and they will win. That's what they do. Go to the website, gruber-law.com, or make the call. One call, that's all, 414-276-6666. We make the call on the Yuengling guest hotline to Bryan Bulaga. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is our crew.
Adding a guy like Scuba would certainly make you a better team. I do think that would make them a World Series contender because I think they are right now.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Shopping. Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
See 7 continents, no passport required. Explore the Milwaukee County Zoo, where some of the world's most extraordinary animals are already in your backyard. The zoo is a premier destination, offering ways to connect all year long. Visit amazing animals like the giant anaconda, hippo, and rhinos. Ride on the safari train, featuring new locomotive Engine 2025. And mark your calendar for events like a la carte, where you'll groove alongside the animals. What or who will you discover first? Plan your visit at MilwaukeeZoo.org.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, 197 years young, and 6 generations. Family owned and operated, and now available in Wisconsin. Saw cases of flight yesterday when I was at the grocery store. Yuengling, DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Here's the guy who's always responsible. It's time to talk to Bryan Bulaga. Bryan, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Super. I'm curious. You obviously spent a decade in the Packers locker room. Your contract situations were never super complicated, right? You had a 5-year deal as a first-round pick because that was the year before the change in the CBA, right?
Yep.
And then you signed an extension that kept you here for another 5 years, and then they said, okay, thanks a lot. We don't want you anymore. Go sign somewhere else. And you did. You went to LA. When you had other teammates, though, that were in kind of uncertain places with contracts, how did they handle it, and how were you kind of a supportive voice for them? Because unless I'm getting your financial journey wrong, you didn't face something like Elton faced last year or Keisean is facing now, where you're still under contract, but you're either underpaid or you have no real meaningful guarantees that the team's not going to move on from you a year from now.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the standpoint of going into final years and playing out your contract, I mean, I did that twice, right? I mean, clearly I did that in 2014. That was the last year of my rookie deal, and then obviously 2019, and then they didn't re-sign me. So I've gone through that experience, and whether or not you feel underpaid or you're producing more than what you're being paid, I mean, I guess that's in the eye of the beholder, so to speak, right? I think every guy probably that starts in the NFL and they're going into a contract here probably believes that they're underpaid. If you don't feel that way, then you don't feel like you're performing well, and you're probably not going to be starting much longer. So, like, that's, there is a part of it like that. But, when guys were going through it, like, TJ went through it, Bakhtiari went through it, Sitton went through it at a point in time, Corey went through it, like guys that I played with, they would talk about it a lot. There'd be conversations in the meeting room about it, and you discuss, you don't really discuss numbers and things like that, their numbers and what they think they should be paid, that's their own personal business, right? Then obviously once the contract gets done, it kind of, you see what it is. But you just try to get guys to focus on playing their best football one game at a time. And if you can get guys to kind of hone in on that, the money's going to come, right? They're going to have, they're going to have 2 options, the Packers, that is, or the team you're with. They're going to see that and really appreciate that and think those performances will continue and you'll get rewarded financially. Or they think, well, I mean, if you're playing good football, that we're not going to be able to afford you financially, you're going to hit the market. It's one of 2 ways. Right. So, like, you just try to get guys in the head frame of, I know you want this done. I know you want financial security and contractual security, and you like it here and all that. But if you just focus on playing one at a time and playing your best football and grading out at a 90+% every single game, like, you're giving yourself all the ammo, right? And because for myself, I went into contract years every single time.
Yeah, I got that wrong. But wait a minute, so I got that wrong. Like they did not extend you before your rookie deal ended, right?
No.
So that you went through this exact thing. That was a bad job by me. Like, what was that year like for you? Because I guess when I think back at your career, that actually surprises me that I A, forgot that, and B, that you had to play out that year and they didn't get a deal done with you sooner.
Yeah, I both of those were play out the contract year. And I think my rookie contract year, because I was coming off an ACL the year prior, there was a lot of nerves with it, right? There was a lot going through my mind early on in that season, especially when we go up to Seattle in that first game, and I get rolled into and I tear my MCL like immediately on the same ACL knee. Like, so I'm sitting on the sideline in Seattle as McKenzie's checking it, and I'm going, I blew this thing out again, and it took like a quarter and a half. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm freaking out about it, and then obviously McKenzie tested it, and he's like, it's just the MCL. I'm like, oh, just the MCL. Thank God that can heal. But I think, there's nervousness that goes into that, and that's what I think guys experience if you get injured in that contract year, how that's going to impact you in the market. But for me, kind of once I got past that Seattle, MCL issue, and then I sat out a week and I started playing again, I just kind of, to myself, just said, they're clearly not going to negotiate a contract midseason. Green Bay normally doesn't do that unless you're Aaron or one of the big, big names. I go, so I just have to focus on myself, and I just have to approach this. I have to approach it, and I didn't want it to be this way, but I have to approach it that I'm putting out tape for 31 other teams. And that's the way I had to go about doing it. I need to play my best football so 31 other teams can see how I'm performing at my best coming off this ACL rehab and everything like that. And that's the way I went about it in 2014, week by week. And that was one of my better seasons as a pro. So
Brian, with that said, and there was big news yesterday on Cheesehead TV from Jason Wilde about Keisean Nixon, because he is the number one corner and he's making well below market value for what that is in the last year of his deal. How do you think he should approach it? Because the easy answer is just go ball out, stay healthy, have a great year, and go get paid somewhere else. But there's a lot of risk that goes with that. How would you advise him if you're his representation, or if you're, if you were Keisean?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw how they dealt with Elton last year, right? Like, and that's like first things first. Like, Elton was an important piece, was a good player, obviously changing positions, not sticking at corner like Keisean is. But Green Bay, if they're not negotiating, or they don't feel like negotiating, or they want to wait and see, like, they'll draw a hard line. So, like, my recommendation would not to be go into or hold out a training camp or something like that. Like, that's not my recommendation, because I think Green Bay has shown, especially Goody, and Ted was the same way. Ted never, I mean, if guys did that, I don't ever remember a guy doing that.
Sours on him. Yeah.
Yeah, like sitting out of camp. I've never. And listen, Ted, I love Ted because he hated training camp because guys could get hurt. But
right,
it was like, if you sat out a training camp, like, that's not a good. It's not a good thing. So I wouldn't recommend he does that. I mean, and I know it's so cliche and it's such a lineman thing. And Tausch, you just said it. Like, I would show up and, like, show why you deserve that contract, why you deserve an extension, why you deserve a raise, so to speak, right? And let those chips fall where they may. I get you're underpaid. Even, I'm not talking about Keisean Nixon getting, what the Rams guy they just traded for got. McDuffie, is that who that is? That guy that the Rams just
I think
traded for and re-signed?
From the Chiefs.
I'm not saying, like, he should be banging on the table for that by any means, but, like, he probably should be compensated more for what he's doing and what he's currently making and his role in the team. But, like, You're not going to get that from Green Bay by sitting out. Like it never really works that way in Green Bay. It never has, or at least I haven't seen it work from that standpoint. There's been great players.
Jordan Love, it worked.
I mean, did he really sit out? Did he really sit out?
He didn't practice when he got here for camp that year.
He didn't practice last year.
And I always say it's the cases for the quarterbacks that are different than like, hence why like Aaron would get a deal done mid-season. Like Aaron would get the extensions mid-season. No one really got those. That's the quarterbacks are a different story. But to me, I just like you've seen great players go into contract years in Green Bay. I have the Jordy Nelsons, the Devontae Adams. They weren't sitting out to try to request that money or get that money. They practiced, they did what they needed to do, and then normally they were financially rewarded afterwards for it. And if Keisean
would you have given Devontae the same advice you're giving Keisean now? Like if in 2021 they don't get a deal done going into camp, and he's like, "Look, I'm not going to give up money. I'm going to practice." He ends up having one of the greatest seasons of a player who was in a contract year ever, right? And I think I would hope we can all agree that the line of succession at wide receiver would have been much more stable and logical had they signed him to an extension and not traded him. But would you have told him the same thing? Or was he at an almost quarterback level where maybe he could have pulled it off by not taking part in camp that year?
I think he was at the level at that point in his career that he could have done that. Like, I think agree. We're like, not Tay's first time at the apple, right? Not the first bite at the apple with the contract, but that second time around, where he was from a status standpoint as a wide receiver, like he was a top 5 receiver in the league. Like and obviously the way he went out and performed that year kind of proved it and showed what he was about. So like, I think he could have done it and gotten away with it, honestly. And I think it probably would have worked. But I just think Keisean Nixon.
And Keyshawn's not there.
No. Yeah, I don't think he's there. But with the new D coordinator and another new scheme and things like that, if he performs well and plays well, Green Bay, we'll just put it this way, they don't have tons of options at corner. And then to say, oh, we're going to go back into the market and try to buy one or draft another one. Well, now that you're going to spend way more money in the market buying one, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you draft one again early, you're back at square one with, again, a very young room with not a lot of experience. So if he steps in, if Nixon plays this year and plays really well, I think he gets that reward. I think he gets that extension. And I understand there's risk to it. I've done it. A lot of guys in Green Bay have done it. A lot of guys around the league do it. It's almost like you bet on yourself. You bet on yourself that you're going to get it done and you're going to perform at a high level.
Blue, I agree with everything you're saying right there, but I just don't think if the Packers viewed Keisean as a number one guy, they would have paid him less than what you were talking about. Some of these top corners, the guy from the Rams, they would have already done it, right? They've done it with Watson. They've done it with Jaden Reed, where you get a little bit below the market rate for what those guys are. The Packers will tell you how they feel by how they operate with the finances. That's kind of how this goes. Is that a fair assessment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I think you look at where Keisean is on their priority of getting contract level done, though, right? Like, I think you look at guys that they're going to want to get knocked out first. And obviously
Tucker.
Tucker is next. I think there's no doubt about that he'll be the next one in the pipeline to get his deal done. And then probably if they can figure it out with Keisean Nixon or not. I think that's kind of like it's understanding kind of where.
Do you think they want to? Do you think they want to? Or do you think they're fine playing this out and then seeing where the market goes? Because
and getting somebody else.
I don't think they want to have a 30-year-old corner.
He's 28 right now, by the way, just to be clear.
Okay, so when is he 29?
That I don't have for you.
All right, well, he's going to be he's at that age where you're not going to be sitting there paying top dollar for a 5-year contract, right?
Yes.
It just feels like to me they're content with this. This is going to be, we'll play this year out, and if we need to, we can, do some things in the next year or two. But I don't envision them saying, he is our guy. He's our top corner. We're paying him top dollar for the next 4 or 5 years, and to keep him, I don't see that happening. I don't care what kind of year he has this year.
No, I don't see him getting like a 4 or 5 year extension. Like if that were to come to fruition, I think it'd be like a 2-year extension. And is that what the player wants? That's kind of where I agree with you with Green Bay, how they're going to probably operate, right? If he performs well this year, which I think, listen, I think he can. I think he has it in him. I really do. It's just, will Green Bay look at that as like a 2-year extension?
Yeah, Green Bay would Keisean. And the thing is, Keisean Nixon has been for the value, he has been a great value to the Green Bay Packers for the last 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A great value.
Massive. Yes.
So when you look at this thing and he plays, I know people on Twitter and on social media will say, well, look at that tackle at the goal line. And he got beat, in the game against the Bears at Soldier Field. But for the most part, for what Green Bay's paid and how he's played, we should be saying that's pretty dang good. Great job, Goody. Now, Jason brought it up. Does that mean he should be the number 1 corner? No. Boy, but if he was the number 2 corner and this was the case, everybody would be saying, that's pretty dang good. And let's sign him to I don't know what a second corner gets, 17, 18 million a year for a couple of years. That to me would make a ton of sense. But he's declared himself the number 1 corner. He is the number 1 corner, and that muddies this whole situation. Keisean, the market will always tell you where you're at. And I think the only way Keisean finds that out is by playing this year out and then seeing how it falls. And if he does that, I just don't think it's going to be back in Green Bay.
I mean, you those are very good points. Every one of them is a very good point. I agree with that. I think because, he has declared himself the number 1 and he wants to be paid like a number 1 and things like that, that is going to muddy the waters on this, right? And based on that cornerback room right now, he is the number 1 corner, right? Like that's just the situation that Green Bay's kind of put themselves in with how they've built that room up and the guys that are in and out and things like that. So that's the situation they've put themselves in. And I don't, if he was technically the number 2 corner, right? And say this was a world we were living in when, Jair was still around and Jair was the number 1 guy and he was just the number 2 guy. Yeah, I think he would be paid probably already, in my opinion, right? I think they would have worked out an extension for him already to get him, like you said, whatever that is, 16, 17, 18, whatever that number may be, for those guys. And I think this would be a non-issue. But since you declare I'm the number 1 guy, there's there's financial tags that come with that, and I think that's probably too rich for Green Bay's blood at this point.
He should want that. If he feels that way and somebody else does, he should want that. Whether or not the league feels that way, Pro Football Focus would say no, but it only takes 1.
Yeah, I'm not telling him to not shoot for the stars on this one. Like, hey man, try to get every single dime.
Chase the dream, though, not the fame, Blue. Chase the dream, not the fame. That's what a wise T-shirt once told me.
T-shirt once said. All right. Matt LaFleur is going to talk here in a few minutes, so we're going to take a break with Bryan. I'm probably going to leave while Tausch is talking to Bryan in the next segment. Before we do that, need to remind you, I certainly felt like I needed to escape yesterday. And I could have just gone down to Milwaukee and Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where they have the biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or getting away from social media. And you're just steps away from everything cool that's happening inside. And I'm always hungry even when I'm irritated. And I would have had all kinds of great options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, which has always been my favorite. Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, and Cream City Coffee Company. And if I was planning a wedding, no. Anniversary coming up, though, Their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More with Bryan Bulaga next, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Join ESPN Milwaukee in Yuengling this Friday at Dugout 54 on Blue Mountain starting at 5 for an exciting Yuengling watch party. Hang with the ESPN Milwaukee street team, score awesome Yuengling prizes, and catch Homer broadcasting live before the game. Cold beer, warm summer nights, and the people who matter most. That's the spirit of Yuengling Lager. Yuengling has been bringing Americans together since 1829. Crack open a Yuengling Lager and raise a toast to American tradition. Stop by Dugout 54 this Friday starting at 5. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
In an instant, an injury can change your plans, your paycheck, your peace of mind. But the bills don't stop. The calls don't stop. The worry won't stop. Experience and results matter. After 4 decades of fighting for injured people, we know how to win. Because you deserve respect, results, and to move forward. We fight for what's fair so you can get back to what matters most. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Ewald Automotive Group is celebrating America's 250th birthday with as little as $250 down or $250 a month. Ewald makes it easy to drive the new or used vehicle to fit your lifestyle. Celebrate America's 250th with Ewald Automotive. $250 down or $250 a month. Available on over 1,500 vehicles at every Ewald dealership location.
Select models with approved credit, tax, title, license, registration, and $479 dealer fees extra. See dealer for details. Expire 7/5/26.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Enjoy Ozaukee County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Continuing with Bryan Bulaga I'm going to pull and this will be a very old reference that I'm not even sure Blue will get. But Mike Myers used to have his character on SNL, Linda Richmond, Coffee Talk. Talk amongst yourselves. And I'm going to give you a topic, and I'm going to listen on my walk to Matt LaFleur's press conference, which will be starting with construction surrounding him in about 10 minutes.
Is the media auditorium still being booked?
Why are they doing that?
I don't know why.
Must be booked out.
They're treating
not.
that auditorium the way you treat your snowblowers.
Yeah, it's the snowblower of auditoriums.
I believe Matt LaFleur, with talking before these practices, wants to already be down on the field, so I think it's more of a convenience factor for him than it is that the auditorium is not available. But here's what I want you guys to discuss, and then
That's an alpha move. That's a power move.
And then I'll hang. Tausch, I gotta go.
Well, go.
So here's what I would like. I'll hang up and listen.
All right.
Lucas Van Ness had a very big day yesterday. He beat Jordan Morgan on a few occasions. He had one play where he got into the backfield so quickly that when Jordan Love tried to escape, he slipped and fell and then just curled up in the fetal position to avoid any serious injury that might have occurred. But I spent a lot of time with two former great right tackles in Packers history. I know better than to put too much stock in shorts, jerseys, and helmets, offensive and defensive line play. Nevertheless, when we're talking about a guy that we're going to keep a very close eye on at left tackle, and a guy that just got the fifth-year option for 2027 that they are counting on to be more productive than Rashawn Gary was when he had Mike Parsons on the opposite side. What, if anything, Bryan Bulaga, can we take from something like yesterday, even if it's something itty-bitty, teeny-weeny that we can take from it? I'll hang up and listen.
Okay, sounds good. Listen, Tausch, maybe you agree with this or not. I don't take tons of stock in guys having a big day in OTAs. It's not really my, I don't know. It's not really my go-to like deciding factor if guys are going to have a big year. We'll just put it that way. It's probably the lowest thing on the totem pole for me. I mean, the only positive thing that I take away is that he's healthy, he's moving around good, he feels good, he looks strong, he looks comfortable in the new defense, and that's about all I take away from it. Do I think that translates to success when the season kicks off? Well, remains to be seen, right? What I don't like, and I'll say this because you went through a lot of OTAs, I went through a lot of OTAs. I don't like linemen getting beat in OTAs. Like, I'll just put it that way. Like, I don't like when O-linemen get beat in OTAs and DNs have huge splash days in OTAs. Like, to me, I just don't. Like, I get if one guy is going at a certain tempo, but like, you're the starting left tackle. That should not be happening. Like, if that makes sense. If I went out there in OTAs, or you went out there in OTAs, or Bakhtiari or Clifton, and Clay was beating my head in like a drum, and Clay was just getting sacks every other play or pressuring Aaron every other play, and Aaron was falling on the ground, I'd get chewed out, and that would not happen again. like that's done. Like clearly I need to elevate what I'm doing in these sessions because it's not up to snuff, right? So to me, I look at it two different ways. Like, we're both guys on the same tempo page. Was one guy going way less and one guy was going way more, or is Jordan Morgan struggling at that position? I don't know. But I don't take a bunch of stock into it, but I will say that I don't like linemen getting beat in OTAs. It just doesn't. It's not a good look, because you shouldn't. You should not be getting beat in OTAs.
Yeah. So here are a couple things. I think from Lucas Van Ness's standpoint, you want to see these guys running around, showing their athleticism, hand slaps. It always irritated me when guys would just line up and bury their head in my chest and try to bull you with no pads. That doesn't translate because with pads on, it's like, just bring it on, man. That's cool. I'm not real interested in doing it, but there is the competitiveness of I don't want to get beat. I'm going to do whatever. If I have to tackle you with no pads on or choke you, I will do that. If you're going to keep doing that, I am not going to let you do that. So I did not watch the footage of it. The report that Jason just gave, obviously Lucas Van Ness had a good day because I saw Domofsky kind of saying similar things. And I don't know how much of that was against Jordan Morgan. I don't take as much stock in that. I agree with your assessment of I'm not interested in a guy getting beat 7 or 8 times. But if there's a bull rush or if there's something that happens once or twice during the course of a 2-hour practice, I'm not bothered by it because we all know, sliding around and moving your feet and doing your drills and your technique, that's what this time of the year is for. It's not about taking on a bunch of power and everything else. That is for pads, and that's where that translates. And most evaluators and coaches are looking at it and saying, yeah, that guy looks great. He's an all Hudson guy. He's an all Nitschke guy. He's an all Clark Hinkle guy. Those are all great. Let's see it when we actually throw pads on, which, again, only happens 12 or 13 times in the course of July and August. That's when it needs to show up, and then in games. But I am not remotely concerned about Jordan Morgan off of these reports. I actually look at it from the perspective of, all right, maybe Lucas Van Ness is starting to add some of the things that he needs to become a better pass rusher. It can't just be, I'm strong like a bull. I will bull you over, because you might get 1 or 2 of those in a 70-snap game. Good offensive tackles. Every good offensive tackle that I know can handle power. It's all the counters off of it that make the guys special. That's why Mike is so special. That's why Myles Garrett's so special. So I'm not overly concerned from Jordan Morgan's standpoint. Now, if the next 2 days come up and you have Sorrell beating him and everybody else, now all of a sudden I'll be like, oh boy, that's more the concern level that I would have from an OTA.
Yeah, I mean, and well, you're right. I mean, if it's a couple bull rushes, and that's not concerning to me. I mean, that's if the report came out said Van Ness bull rushed him twice and beat him twice, I'd be like, all right, well, that defeats the purpose of the drill. That literally defeats the purpose of what you're doing out there. It's supposed to be hand combat, working on moves, not just bull rushes and helmets. Like that's not the point of OTAs, at least in my opinion. That's why it all depended on who you went against from the defensive standpoint of what type of work you were going to get that day. Honestly, like, I mean, if you went against a younger guy that was just bearing his head down in your chest, it's kind of like, all right, like this is it's a little old. It's a little old right now. But I'm not. Again, Jordan Morgan and how he progresses in OTAs and things like that, like, yeah, it would be fun to watch and monitor and see how he looks and things like that. But even when they get into camp, right, and it's Packer versus Packer, yes, there's good information you can see with pads on. I'm more interested is when those joint sessions come about and you're with a different team. And you're going against an actual opponent, and those guys treat it as a game during practice. Like, that's what joint sessions are. And that, to me, will be more interesting than anything is how is he performing in those, because that's how you're going to get your snippets of how this season will go, because that's how those practices are set up, essentially.
Yeah, when you're looking at Lucas Van Ness, because, again, Jordan Morgan – I don't even love critiquing non-padded practices O-line wise. I get why people do. But Lucas Van Ness and what Micah Parsons has had to say, I have to imagine that gives Lucas a ton of confidence. And what do you think he needs to do to go from being a big, strong Iowa Hawkeye alum and handling all of that to being that next level player? Because his floor is what it is, right? He's a strong dude who's a good enough athlete, needs to stay healthy. But what do you think he needs to do, and how much do you think he can lean on Micah to kind of maybe take that next step where he can be a 7 to 10 sack guy and really put a lot of pressure on opposing offenses?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the date, like, and I'm hoping he had learned this through his first few years in the league, that, like, and you said it earlier, just running through tackles in the NFL just doesn't work. It's not a.
It's what tackles want. It's what we want them to do.
It's not a way to win consistently at the edge position in the NFL. So, like, what I'm hoping that he's done, and obviously when Micah, speaks highly of you and gives you that confidence, it should trigger in your brain that what I've been doing is positive and, like, I'm on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, what Lucas needs to develop, and it was what Clay was so good at. I'm not comparing Clay to Van Ness at all. Please, like, I'm not saying that. But Clay was so
Cheesehead TV.
Clip it.
What Clay was so good at was shocking guys with a bull rush and how quick his second move was off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was a spin, whether it was a chop, whether it was a double hand swipe and rip. Like, Clay was so good at hitting guys with a bull rush and then redirecting super quick into another move, right? Like, and to me, that's what made Clay so difficult to block, is because
Can Lucas do that? Can Lucas get that? Because you're right. The key is you use that power to get guys like us to set our feet and to anchor down. And then you get those quick hands, you get the rip where you have concrete boots on, because, boy, I don't want to take on, I have to anchor to take that power on. That's why Clay was so good. Is Lucas Van Ness athletic enough to do those counters?
I see, and that's kind of where I'm hesitant to say yes, because Clay was a freak athletically.
Yeah,
he was an absolute freak show athletically. Van Ness is a different body build, clearly, than Clay, but he has to develop something of that nature, because his base moves are power. They're power rushes, whether they're long arms or two arm or just straight bull rush. That's his go-to, right? Like, that's going to be, but it's, can he develop one or two things outside of that to get him home more consistently? And, like, you're watching, like, he's not going to move laterally like Micah. Not a chance.
Nobody
There's absolutely
does.
no way.
Yeah.
Nobody moves that way. But watching what Micah does when he does strike power and he drives for about 2 steps and then works something really quick off of that, that's what Van Ness needs to develop. After he starts driving with power, work, an arm over or a rip or a chop off of it, disengage the chop. Like, it's striking tackles hard enough to get them, like you said, get their feet in concrete and then work moves off of that. And if he can develop 1 or 2 of those within this offseason, into training camp and then to week 1, he can easily be a 7 to 10 sack guy, in my opinion. I think he has that. And he's got the motor with it too, right? Which is very important. It's not a guy that just, like, oh, I got blocked and now I'm just going to stand here.
I know you didn't say Clay Matthews, not Micah. Bosa? Who would you say, you know what, watch some film, because body type and moves, is it Hutchison? Who would you tell him, hey, this would be a good dude for you to study some of those secondary moves? Because Micah Parsons could tell you, oh, yeah, no, that's easy. Just get him doing this and then use this and turn the corner. Clay, I don't move like that. So who would you say, if you're telling him, who do you think he should look at?
I think Hutch is a great guy to watch. I think Hutch is a great guy to watch and kind of study how he sets moves up and how he hits moves one and, hits his first move and then counters into the second. Like, I think he is a phenomenal guy to probably watch. Now, I don't know all their comparables and measurables and things like that, but you look at Hutch, he's a bigger guy, bigger bodied guy. He's not smaller like Micah, so to speak. Clay was even a smaller body frame as well. That's not what Van Ness is, and that's not what Hutchinson is. Hutchinson's a bigger, broader guy. There's a lot of we'll just say it, body to grab. So how is he able to shock guys and work off of that and work moves to get himself free and get home? I mean, yes, Hutchinson is a power rusher, right? Like that is his bread and butter, just like Van Ness, it's power. Like it is, he works speed on a wider angle into power, and then he straight arms and
Counters
works edges
off
of that. Yeah. So like that to me would be a guy that I would study hard and see what he does and see when is he hitting his power rush on his second step? Is he hitting it on his third step? And when does he hit his counter? Does he hit it on the fifth step? Does he hit it immediately after? Like that would be a guy that I would study because he's been doing it at a really high clip. And he even did it when he came back from that nasty leg injury. So clearly Hutchinson had to adjust his game after that leg injury because he's not the same exact person as he was prior, but he figured it out and he still had tons of sacks last year too. So like that would be a guy that I would study and watch. That's a perfect comp to. I'm not saying they're comparable players, but what I'm saying is watch how these guys are making hay essentially. How are they getting home and doing it so consistently? And you can learn from guys that are built similarly to you and have a similar strength that is power rushing to work counters off of that.
Yeah, I just hope he has. I mean, he's going to have all kinds of opportunities once Micah gets back to go one-on-one, and that's where you need to make it work. And I think he's got that great floor. Now let's see where his ceiling is. Blue, always great stuff. Any World Cup? I didn't even know the World Cup was going on. Isn't that coming up here soon? Like starting tomorrow or today? Or you got any? You're our soccer guy, so. Any you want to leave us with anything, go for it.
Yeah, tomorrow, opening night, I believe it's, Mexico versus South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's the opening game.
Why wouldn't we open? Why wouldn't we have the U.S. open in this thing? Like, what are we doing?
Because we're not very good.
I know, but we're going to be, we'll watch.
Yeah, I mean, people would watch. I think, when does U.S. open? Do they open Friday or Saturday?
I think they're Friday. I don't know Friday. For sure, though.
Yeah,
not a ton of buzz about this. I would think I'd know more about this because I'm a sports fan. It has not been very buzzy. Am I crazy to say that?
No, it hasn't been. And I think once the games get going and you start to see the teams that are playing well and separating, there'll be more juice. Now that they've opened the field up, I mean, there's teams that have no business even being in this because they've expanded the field that are in it. That it kind of dampens it down. It's like the NCAA tournament's going to be when they introduce more teams. It's going to be like, does this team even really belong in this tournament? Probably not, but they like money and they're going to make as much money as they possibly
Bradley
can.
might even make a tournament, for God's sake.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how bad it's going to be.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, potentially.
Right,
Bradley, yeah.
USA and Paraguay, 8 o'clock Friday night.
Paraguay?
Yeah.
Who wins it, Blue? Give us your prediction. I'm going to go France. I think France wins it. Who you got?
I like France a lot. I think France is a little susceptible at the back. I think they can get got because they're attacking.
Get got from the back.
Their attacking prowess is so good. They have such good attacking players that they leave themselves vulnerable at times. When they're getting countered. So that's why I like Spain. Spain is balanced.
España.
They play beautiful football. They're moving it around. They have phenomenal players front to back. I mean, I just think I think Spain is probably my favorite at this point in time.
There you go.
And especially if they stay healthy during the tournament. Hard to bet against them. But France is, I think, depending on how the bracket works out, that would be the dream final, in my opinion.
Okay. And there you have it. There is our World Cup breakdown, and that'll probably be about all we get till Bryan joins us next week. Thanks much, Blue. Always appreciate you.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Just like I always appreciate being a UW Credit Union member, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever you, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They help reach your financial goals and give fees the stiff arm. UW Credit Union can help. No monthly fees and overdrafts that never cost more than $5. They'll save members over $12 million per year. Join today at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply. Jason is going to join us here shortly, but before he does, I got to talk to Jesse about this baby ballpark again and where the Milwaukee Brewers fit last night. It's going to be quick. We'll do that in 2 minutes. Back on Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Clutter piling up? Take a breath. Badgerland Junk is here to help. Based in Milwaukee, they make cleanouts simple, fast, and stress-free. From single item pickups to full estate cleanouts, their team does the heavy lifting so you don't have to. Homeowners and property managers, this is your solution. Furniture, appliances, yard debris, even commercial cleanouts. They do it all with clear upfront pricing and no hidden fees. Serving Milwaukee and the entire metro area, visit BadgerlandJunk.com. Badgerland Junk, your trusted cleanout experts.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say Kissing Cousins, Pack Bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And we'll end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, I think we figured out the formula for the worst possible scenario for clock management on Wilde and Tausch.
What's that? You think
you running the show all by yourself with Bulaga joining as a guest? It's 10:24.
Yeah. Well, I made the mistake, and again, I didn't know the World Cup. I was listening to a podcast on my walk this morning, and World Cup being here, him being a big soccer fan, I had to throw him that bone, just like I get my tennis bone thrown. He went a little long. So I'm putting that on Bulaga.
You're going to put that on him, even though you asked him the question at 10:17 when we were already way past. Never mind.
Yeah, if we got out at 10:18 or 10:19, we're all content. That's the normal time for Bulaga.
Very Truman-like of you. The 10 o'clock hour starts at almost 10:30 on Wilde and Tausch. Jesse and Tausch for the time being. That's because Jason is in attendance at Matt LaFleur's press conference before minicamp practice number 2 going on today up in Green Bay. He will host the remainder of the show coming up live from Green Bay as the Packers get back to practice. He'll share insights and observations as we continue on.
I did find Bulaga's stuff on Lucas Van Ness, and listen, man, the Jordan Morgan component to this, he's going to be scrutinized all training camp. Doesn't need to be, in my opinion, doesn't need to be scrutinized on a Tuesday of OTAs, minicamp. Like, I'm just not doing that. But when Lucas Van Ness's name keeps popping, that's a really good sign. I think he obviously knows it's a big boy year for him. He's got the option that's there, but he needs to have a big year. He's a first round pick. He has not lived up to probably the expectations he had for himself. And I just think when you start looking at what he has, all the skills to be a really good football player. And we've seen glimpses of what he can do. It's been very good. Now he just needs to consistently do it. And I think he needs to get some counters. Unfortunately, I wish we weren't having this conversation 4 years in, because I said this when he got drafted. It was, man, he has this foundation of power. That's going to be great in the NFL. But it ain't going to be good enough to be a big-time player. You're going to be a nice, solid, steady NFL player. That's fine if you're a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. You're 12th overall, 13th overall, whatever it was. The expectation game's higher. You got to have a little wiggle, a little jiggle to get to the QB, and having those counters off of that power is where I think he needs to elevate. And I hope, even though it wasn't padded and everything else, I hope that that's part of it. And I really think not only Micah's effect on the field, where you're going to have one-on-one cover, you're going to have one-on-one blocking schemes against you almost exclusively when Micah's back. And then also the way Micah approaches the game, studies the film, leads, that can be such a force multiplier for LVN and for a Sorrell. That's why you should be excited about it. But we were excited about that with Rashawn Gary too, and it didn't maybe work out the way we had hoped.
We'll talk more about Lucas Van Ness and what you guys all had to say when Jason returns to join the show coming up live from Packers minicamp. You did tease going into the start of this hour. You wanted to talk about the baby stadium in Vegas. What'd you have on the Brewers last night?
I mean, it's ridiculous. How many home runs have the A's hit in this series? It's like 12.
I think they scored every run on home runs last night.
And they're routine. Again,
there were a couple of pop-ups that ended up going yard, yeah.
Dehumidifying the balls in the thin air.
5 home runs last night for the Las Vegas
12 now for
A's.
The course of 2 games, right? Is that the number? That's absurd. It's absurd. So, and it's not as cute when the Brewers lose, right? It's not quite as cute
when
the Milwaukee Brewers don't win. All of a sudden, all you guys, you and Bruss talking about how awesome watching that game is, and Is it? So let's get this series done and move it along. This is crazy town.
I mean,
hopefully when they get the new stadium actually built, it'll be a major league stadium and not one of these little pop-up shops.
It will. They showed the renderings of it last night. Churio had a pop-up that ended up going for a home run, I think, to lead off the game. It was in the top of the first inning. It was a 2-run dinger, so he wasn't the first batter of the game, but it was very similar to what we saw on Monday night. So they're back at it tonight, 1 hour earlier tonight than the last 2 games, 8:05 first pitch, so it might actually end before midnight this time around. Last night it actually ended up like 11:40. I went to bed before midnight last night. So stick around and listen to it tonight on 620 WTMJ and 100.5 ESPN Madison. All right, Tausch, before we play trivia, you want to tell everybody about Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
I do indeed. Hard Rock Casino Rockford is about an hour outside of Madison, and a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. They offer the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. And today is for the classic rockers at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Guests who are 55 and older, invited to the Hard Rock Cafe. You get 50% off meals of $40 or less. Play, dine, shop, enjoy live shows, and, of course, that great sports book. Probably a home run or 2 that you could look at for tonight's game against the Las Vegas A's. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. So we're going to do a little trivia here.
Yeah,
right,
I might get my dream come true. Jason's at Matt LaFleur's press conference. We'll see if he's ready to rejoin us coming up next. You're stepping away for a moment before you rejoin us. I might hold this down solo. This might be my time to shine, finally.
It's
Man.
finally what you've always wanted, and you now get to go do it. Good luck with trivia.
Chase the dream and the fame. I might get both here. Wisconsin Geography Wednesday on Wilde and Tausch Trivia. Caller number 10 right now at 844-770-3776. Caller number 10 right now, 844-770-3776. Your chance to play Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf on a Wisconsin Geography Wednesday. Caller 10 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join. And make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Heading to Milwaukee's east side? Make Veer North your first stop. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strove. Here to tell you at Veer North you can catch the big game, hop on a shuttle to the stadium, or hang out for live music all summer long. Elevated food, craft drinks, and a packed event lineup. Veer North knows how to keep the energy going as the weather starts to warm up. Close to Fiserv Forum, Summerfest, and UWM. It's the perfect place to pregame, postgame, or just stay for the whole thing. Veer North, right where Milwaukee comes together.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Get out of the house this summer and head to Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. You can camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in the racing your way. It's more than just a race, it's a full experience. IndyCar is the must-see race coming June 18th through the 21st. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at RoadAmerica.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
we temporarily say goodbye to Old T and say hello to me. Matt LaFleur done addressing reporters inside the Don Hudson Center because it is raining cats and dogs outside here in Green Bay. We will have some of the highlights from Matt LaFleur coming up, including a very strong statement on rookie fifth-round draft pick Jagger Burton and what he has shown, having gotten some work with the number one offense. Each of the last two open practices we've seen, he was at right guard last week during an open OTA and at left guard with Aaron Banks missing some time yesterday. So we'll talk about what Matt LaFleur saw first and for trivia presented by Sports Golf and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Andy in Union Grove, a first-time contestant.
Good morning,
Andy, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. Doing great.
Beautiful day here in Green Bay. Is the weather nice in Union Grove, or are you getting soaked as well?
Sun is shining. A little hot, but we'll survive.
Well, that's nice.
Storm's
Packers
coming.
going through their calisthenics. Time now for so here's what we're going to do. Since Tausch usually plays along with Wisconsin Geography Wednesday trivia, and he stepped away, and I'm back, Jesse is going to ask the questions. I will make sure that I don't help because Tausch doesn't really help when he does this. But I'm going to play along and see if I agree or disagree with Andy. So, Jesse, take it away.
Feels like the Wizard of Oz. People come and go so quickly here. I'm the only one constant on the show all day today. All right, Andy.
Yeah, you're the constant. Yeah, you're the constant.
You know
yes,
me.
That's true.
Always here. Showing up. Question number 1. Andy in Union Grove. Micah Parsons and Jordan Love co-hosted the annual Green Bay charity softball game last weekend. Played each year at which of these Wisconsin stadiums? Was it at Neuroscience Group Field in Appleton, American Family Field in Milwaukee, or my old stomping grounds of Bloom Park in Muskego?
Let's go with A.
Jason?
As much as I wanted it to be the Muskego home park, I will agree with Andy. Neuroscience Group Field in Appleton.
And you both are correct. Yes, that is where that softball game took place. Did you go, Jason? I know you had to get back from the AmFam Championship on Friday. You didn't come to my after party. Did you go to Micah's softball game?
I did not. I snubbed him like I snubbed you.
Huh. Nice. All right, Andy, you're on the board. Question number 2. Longitudinally.
Yeah,
you just can't help yourself, Jason. You like it too much.
No, I can't.
Which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest east? East. Is it Stockbridge, Stevens Point, or Sturtevant?
Oh, jeez.
I'll say Sturtevant.
Sturtevant is the guess from Andy. Jason?
I honestly don't know this one, so I'm going to agree with Andy and hope that he got it right.
He did! Sturtevant down near Racine.
Nice, 2 for 2.
Pretty close to Lake Michigan in the southeast part of the state. Stockbridge is east of Lake Winnebago, but a little further west than Sturtevant is. Question number 3. This is inspired by my friend John, who is getting married later this year, and I realized I didn't know where this city is. Which of these statements is true when describing the location of Kewaskum, Wisconsin? Which of these is true?
For the radio show.
True, describing the location of Kewaskum, Wisconsin. Who are you talking to, Jason?
Adam Stenovich.
Oh, hey,
Once in a while, I'm listening to the headphones.
Tell him what's up. All right. Which is true, Andy, of Kewaskum? Kewaskum is north of West Bend. Kewaskum is south of Beaver Dam. Or Kewaskum is west of Oshkosh. Only one of those is true. Which is it?
I have no idea. Let's go B.
Andy says B. Kewaskum is south of Beaver Dam. Jason?
So considering that Andy doesn't know that, I'm not going to agree with him. He said south of Beaver Dam.
That is what Andy said.
I'm going to say north of West Bend. Was that the first choice, right?
North it was.
West Bend?
It is not west of Oshkosh. Unfortunately for Andy, it is north of West Bend.
Nay! Give me an entry.
So Jason is correct. Andy is incorrect. Andy, that means you get 3 of the possible 4 entries into our drawing on Friday for the Vortex Golf and Cousin Subs gift package. Back to you, Jason.
Andy, I'm sorry. I would much rather have you gotten that third one right than me, but you still got a good chance of winning the prize pack on Friday from Vortex Golf and Cousin Subs. Buddy, we appreciate you playing for the first time. Hope you'll play again. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. Love ya.
All right, love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia. So I am standing at the far end of the field, and all the other media members are at the opposite end of the field. So I think Steno was giving me a hard time for like standing on my own, like I have body odor or don't have any friends. Which also, those may be true as well, frankly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was nice of him to notice and say hi. So we will continue now that we have completed Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and by Vortex Golf. We'll have more as the Packers minicamp practice number 2 rolls on, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
The NCAA put out a statement strongly disagreeing with the court's ruling. Hey, NCAA, I don't want you to strongly disagree. I want you strongly to fight this. Don't strongly disagree. We're not playing Monopoly here. Seriously, we're not playing backgammon. You're the NCAA. Prove it. Act like a governing body and say, hey, judge, I tell you what, we're going to fight this ruling. Hey, Brendan Sorsby, how much money are those guys on retainer? We're about to find out. Because there's no way you can let an athlete get away with this when he clearly broke the rule that says you cannot gamble on your own sport while as a member of the NCAA as a college athlete. We're just going to let people break rules and have a judge in favor of breaking a rule because he's in the same county where Texas Tech is? Hey, NCAA, don't strongly disagree. Don't strongly put out a statement. Get your guns like Harry Douglas's arms and strongly fight this.
Hello.
Or then it's really no reason to even have any kind of NCAA.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk.
Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
What that music means. It means the goats. Steve the Homer True is on the Yingling Goat Hotline. Yingling, America's oldest brewery, 197 years old, now in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family owned and operated. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Please enjoy responsibly. And when I think of responsible, I think of the GOAT, Steve the Homer True. Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. So we spent a lot of time talking about Keisean Nixon, and I am curious because you're a relatively opinionated fella. What is your opinion of Keisean Nixon?
My opinion about how good he is?
However you would like to interpret that. What is your opinion of Keisean Nixon?
The fact that he is where he is proves what a problem they have at cornerback. Mm-hmm. He has no business being viewed as he's viewed. I think there have been a situation, and I don't know if it's exactly, but it was like, it reminds me of Alan Lazard. Whatever he isn't what they have him listed as.
Mm.
So, does that mean he's no good? No. But it just proves they need better.
Yeah, I think that's a really good one, and I know Jesse loves to compare people to Alan Lazard, but this comp is actually an accurate one. Like, if you've managed the wide receiver position properly and, I don't know, extended Devontae Adams like you should have, then Alan Lazard is never your number one wide receiver, which is what he was in 2022. And if you have managed the cornerback position the way you should have, then Keisean Nixon is not your number one corner in 2026. So I think that's a really good comp. Now, what I would say is this, and I was just talking to somebody about this, like, I just don't think people have an accurate view of what Keisean Nixon is. He is not a great shutdown, number one, top dollar, first team all-pro corner. We all know that, and he may think differently. But he's a solid starter. He plays. He can be a little inconsistent, like every other cornerback on the planet. But he is not the player that fans view him as being. I don't like. I understand they don't like him. I get it. but I think he is a better player than he gets credit
I think
for.
they like him. I disagree with that.
So my experience from yesterday when Cheesehead TV posted what they did from my conversation with Tausch on our show, I mean, they got 193 replies at my last count, and I would say 188 of them were negative. Like, people just don't like him.
In what context?
About that they don't think he's any good. They certainly.
That's separate to me. Yes, it's like they didn't like Lazard. I think that they don't like him as the number one quarterback, but that's not his fault.
No, they don't.
Like
they don't.
Question is, do you like Keisean Nixon? I'm going to do that as a Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. I want to see what it is. Do you like Keisean Nixon? And I might
we'll get about
say,
76 votes.
As a person, but I don't know if that's. If you say, do you like him, that can be influenced by as a number one quarterback. And I don't want to do that. But
so I think it goes beyond just the fact that they don't think he's as good. And again, you can text us on the Carbless Talking text line 844-770-3776.
So what's their complaint with him?
There was the tackle at the goal line. They didn't like what they saw there. That he turned down on the touchdown during the playoff game, which I don't think even if he meets that. I can't remember if it was Manung guy, but if he meets him head on, he still scores a touchdown. He just gets run over in the process. But I get it.
Did he respond to why he did it? Why he acted that way on that play?
No, because we that was the game where Nate Hobbs wouldn't let us talk to him after the game, where he was like running interference for him, which was also obnoxious at a high level. So I think it's that. I think there's some people that think
we can still ask him.
I mean, I could ask him today. I think they think he's brash. I will let him know. Yes, the GOAT wants to know. Yeah. I think he's a little brash. I think it is his. I think it's also just the fact that this is a guy who is not. He does not have the pedigree of a number one corner, and I mean they signed him for next to nothing in his first contract when he left the Raiders, where he was barely playing. Then he ends up being a first-team All-Pro kickoff return guy and punt return guy. Then he does make the comment, which I also think rubbed people the wrong way, that he didn't want to return kicks anymore, right? I think people took that and said, what is this guy? So that bothered them. And then, obviously, what corners do get burned. They all do. Even the best ones do on occasion. But he was the 41st rated corner on Pro Football Focus. That makes him in the top 20 of number 2 corners, which I would argue would be fair, right? Or maybe even higher if you got to go 32 down for number 1 corners. He's in the top 10 to 12 of number 2 corners. That's what he should be on this team. If he was your number 2 corner, I would think people would love him. But he's not. He's their number 1 corner, and he doesn't measure up. So I was surprised. Well, not surprised. I knew what was going to happen when they posted that, but it was the negative reaction toward him is what drives engagement. All right. The other player that I wanted to. Yes, please do.
Well, the discussion about Van Ness, how long, and people know this better than I, because basically like, oh, this is all garbage. Like he's in what number of year? Oh, he's going to learn this. Dude, if he ain't learned it by now, he ain't ever learning it. And you can
just
bring
wait,
on
Homer. You're telling me that your distinguished broadcasting career, both play-by-play and hosting a show, you didn't get better from year 3 to year 5. You were the same guy from year 2 to year 41. Like, come on.
Year 41.
Okay, wait a minute. Again, why don't you ask a plumber? This is not about me. This is not about plumbers. You played in the NFL. You
and
saw
you can
players.
Get better.
Tell me a player. Hold on. Just tell me one player, a defensive player, who elevated
Trey
the game.
Hendrickson.
What is Van Ness's?
Trey Hendrickson.
What?
Trey Hendrickson.
Okay, explain what happened.
Okay, so Trey Hendrickson was a guy who's a nice player, nothing great. And about year three or 4, all of a sudden something clicked and he started figuring things out. And then he went to Cincinnati and he's become he was a wrecking ball there. Jared Allen's another guy who was a low pick.
Okay, how many guys in Green Bay have you ever seen? How many guys in Green Bay in all your time in Green Bay?
Hey, you just asked me.
I know you
Aaron
gave me an
Campman.
answer. I can't ask another question.
Aaron Campman.
You gave me
Nick
an answer.
Perry.
2 guys from other teams.
All right, hold up. Aaron Campman, Nick Perry is a good example of somebody that had a slower start to their career, and by year 3, 4, they ended up getting better and better, and ended up having a better pass rush, got more moves, figured some things out. Those are two just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more. Vonnie Holiday, I think, got a lot better as he got there. As he continued to play.
No, that's garbage. Come on. Vonnie
What do you mean
Holiday
that's garbage?
That bad choice. No, but
why?
Van Ness is in his 4th year.
Yeah,
he is. 4th year.
Van Ness. Yeah, like Vonnie Holiday. What is the 4th? Come on. You just say I'm sorry about Vonnie Holiday. That doesn't.
So another example.
Because people
Derek
watch
Engler,
him play long before his 4th year.
Derek Engler just texted me. Michael Strahan started off his career pretty slow, and I think he got a little bit better with moves and everything else. Okay. He ended up becoming a Hall of Fame player. Okay. He wasn't after year 2 or 3.
I'd have to look.
Well, Derek would have played with him.
Derek was his teammate. I think you want to take Strahan back. You're getting worse. You're going goofy now. It's hurting your position. But if you want to throw Strahan in there, you just go right ahead.
Well, I just did, and his former teammates listening to the show just texted me.
Destroyed your position.
Long-time single-season sack leader.
You compared Van Ness in terms of what you're asking to do, similar to what Michael Strahan did. That's correct. Do I have that right? That was my question.
No. You asked, Homer. Don't misconstrue things. I'm not interested. Well,
okay, I want to make sure you explain your position correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
You asked
me.
Explain
your position on Strahan. Comparing.
If you'd stop yelling at me, I could tell you what it is. Here's what you asked.
I want to make sure you do it right.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. You asked me who gets better. You didn't even know I was back on the show. You asked the question, who gets better in year 4? And I just named 6 guys without even blinking.
I don't agree
in
on
the
Bob.
same position.
I'm accepting that. I need to check those 6. I don't think the 6 are accurate in terms of what they've done to what Van Ness has done. But then you added Strahan as one of the 6. And I just want to make sure.
Strahan started off his career. People thought of him as a bust when he first got started.
Okay. All right. Okay. I want to look in his career to see exactly when it occurred and what he's done.
All right.
But you realize you have put Strahan in a category that could fit, you believe, with Van Ness. I want to make sure you explain your position when it goes national. Make sure that you explain it.
All I'm saying,
Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, just compared Van Ness to Michael Strahan.
Shut his mic off.
Which you did.
Shut his mic off. That's not what I said. What I said.
You did compare them.
Homer, you posed the question of who at year 4 could make this jump, because your understanding is that everybody is. This is what it. My point was, and Derek Engler put Michael Strahan out there. So if you want to clip Derek Engler. The guys that are strong players, that are big physical guys.
He didn't play for the Packers for 10 years, offensive line. Go ahead.
You just go ahead and you.
Yeah, I'm getting a taste of. I don't know who I'm getting a taste of, but Homer's irritating me.
Go ahead.
The point that you
brought
trying
to help you.
No, you're not. You're annoying me, and that's fine. I'm open to being annoyed. You asked the question.
You're going to have to answer this multiple times. So practice.
Can you really get better? I don't have a comp for Lucas Van Ness. I'm not putting him in Michael Strahan's category. What I'm saying is Michael Strahan was not the polished pass rusher in year 1, 2, and 3. He continued to add moves, continued to figure out how do I utilize my strength, which was my power, which is going to be Lucas Van Ness's strength. Is his power. How do I utilize that so I can beat these offensive tackles more consistently? Because as I talked with Bulaga about, it's not going to be, I'm going to steamroll you 35 times. I want that as an offensive tackle. How can I utilize that threat of power to utilize into different moves that will get to the quarterback? Strahan figured it out. Hendrickson figured it out. The Bosa brothers figured it out. There's a lot of players that have figured it out. And not saying Lucas Van Ness will, but by all accounts yesterday in a non-padded practice, he had a good day. You have good days in non-padded practices usually by hand swipes and different moves. You're not bull rushing people over, or if you are, nobody cares. There you go.
Okay. All right. You get other times to answer it. I mean, you
just
did compare him to those.
Compared who?
Van Ness to those players.
No, I'm saying Lucas Van Ness, you can't write him off as this is who he is, because he can evolve just like those players evolved. That's my stance. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Other players have not evolved, correct? No, other players in this situation.
We don't talk about those players, Homer. We don't know about them.
We don't want to be accurate.
No, there's 100. Probably for those guys, there's 100 guys that did evolve. So there's a chance Lucas Van Ness is going to be one of those guys, for sure.
Why do you pick him as one of those 6 versus one of the?
I didn't pick him. I'm saying he can. I don't know if he will. He can. You said nobody can do it. Nobody's done it. Year 4, you are who you are. And I said, no, that's not true.
6 out of 200.
Yeah, it's like an albatross.
Now we're cooking. Right. So it is possible, but you would now say that for him to do that would be rare.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that. Now
but
you're going to do okay in those
I'll also say
yeah.
He was a 13th overall pick, and that is also very rare. And that means that the Green Bay Packers evaluated his talent and thought he could be one of these albatrosses. Whether or not he's going to be, he has not been yet. And your critique and criticism's fine. But don't just say, because this is where he's been, he can't get any better. Because he's been hurt. And when he's played, he's been a good NFL player. Can he elevate?
You just made my position. Yes, he has a chance. 6 out of 200. I'll go with that. Yes, I'm an accountant. That's a really, really slim chance. And when you present it that way,
3%.
But then my position that it's unlikely is also
How many
accurate.
great
In fact,
pass rushers are there in the NFL?
It's very unlikely.
Not that many.
I don't know.
It's not that many.
You gave me an example. Oh, not that many.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
So then
if
we
you
really shouldn't have high expectations because there aren't that many that good anyway.
Hey, Pippi Longstocking, I don't care what your expectations are. I'm saying he can be better, and he can be a lot better
Pippi
with Micah Parsons. With Micah Parsons guiding him, I think he has a better chance to be better.
You spend your time telling people about expectations of Jordan Love. That's what we do. So now answer, what is your expectation of Van Ness this year?
My expectations are he's going to be a really good, solid player. And if he can incorporate some of these moves, I think he could be a 7 to 10 sack guy a year because he's going to be singled up all season once Micah's back. Those are my expectations. My expectations aren't that he's going to be Nick Bosa or Michael Strahan. But to say that he can't do that isn't fair to him. That was my point. But you didn't want to – you completely just ran me over and steamrolled it with your own arrogance and just ran with it, and that's fine. You can do
that. I want to be on record. There is 0% chance that he will ever be in the category of those 6 players. And I can't go 0, so I say 5%. So you brought them at, that's fine because they've done it. But
the odds are you're going to be right. The odds are you'll be right.
And you just said the same. You agreed with me by what you said were your expectations.
No, Jason, that's not true. The point you brought up that I brought these guys into the equation is
I got to go. I'm sorry. I got to go. I forgot.
Yeah, get out of here.
I'm late. You can finish however you want. Bye.
You're good. Good night. Jason, the point he made was that you can't. And I'm telling you, you can't.
All right. So, right. But I think, as is often the case with the GOAT, he's always 0 or 100, although I am proud of the fact that I've convinced him now to give up on 0%, and he still gives 5% now, but he really means 0% still. His point is that it is highly unlikely that in year 4, Lucas Van Ness is going to become that type of player. Now, you brought up guys that are obviously very unique not very unique because unique means one of a kind, but they are unusual stories of guys that did not do a whole lot and then became really great players, right? I mean, no one is ever going to say, yeah, I think he's got a chance to be Michael Strahan. It was a good example of a guy who started slow and then came on like gangbusters. I personally think that the things you said about having Micah Parsons whenever that happens and having more single blocking opportunities, I like Lucas Van Ness's chances of being productive. But the odds of him being a 14 sack guy and Parsons being a 16 sack guy, probably not very high, right? The idea of him becoming some of the players that you and Derek Engler brought up are very small, but he can be certainly much better than and more productive than he has been. And I would say that's in part because, one of the reasons why he hasn't been productive is legit injury issues too. Like, we all focus on the Christian Watson injuries. Like, the guy played with a broken thumb all of 2024. It never healed, and he never was able to use that hand very effectively. And as you well know, hand usage for a pass rusher is important. So I don't give him a complete pass. You got to figure out a way to get to the quarterback anyway. But that was a factor in his minimal production in 2024. Last year, dude missed 7 games. By the way, he missed the same number of games that Christian Watson did, right? But nobody's really talking about the risk of a 5th-year option with Lucas Van Ness for some reason. So, again, I think
here's the deal.
Here's the deal. You guys actually more agree than you are letting on the way you guys.
Homer
you guys
said
just chose words differently.
No, Homer just said you are who you are, and you can't get any better. And as an athlete, that's complete hogwash, and he should know better. If Lucas Van Ness gives you 7 to 10 sacks in the next 3 or 4 years of his career, you're going to be happier than a clam. Period.
Would you sign him to an extension if he's giving you 7 to 10 sacks this year and next year?
What is the dollar amount? Is top dollar? No. Middle of the pack dollars? Yes.
Okay. I'm glad we can all agree-ish. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Catch a Brewers showdown with the Phillies Friday, June 12th through Sunday, the 14th. Come see the crew and leave with a giveaway as the first 25,000 fans on Saturday, the 13th will get a William Contreras bobblehead, courtesy of Nicolay Water. Then, kids own the ballpark Sunday, the 14th, when the first 5,000 fans ages 14 and under get a Sal Frelick jersey, courtesy of Joy. Score your seats for a can't-miss summer weekend at Brewers.com.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of banquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming.
I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy-efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down, no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you can score a pair of Brewers tickets. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855-PELLA-WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes after I remind you to tune in to Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant on the Bucks Plus audio network. The Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the current episode, so find that on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, your ESPN Wisconsin app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Packers continuing their practice, and I have an observation from what I just watched in a drill that I want to get Tausch's reaction to. I will tee that up for him to kick off the 11 o'clock hour, which we will do in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. The rain has ceased and desisted for now, but apparently we're going to get some more up here in Green Bay, so the Packers continue to practice inside the Don Hutson Center. And Tausch, this is a guy we spent a lot of time talking about. He has not spent a lot of time on the football field, but watching Marshawn Lloyd go through drills, I can see why they continue to be patient and hopeful and smitten with his potential, because he is sudden, he is explosive, he's just not healthy very often. And if they can somehow figure that out, like I'm sure you remember guys that you played with that when you just watch them burst through a crease in the offensive line or sprint at another gear past the DB to get open. Like you were like, that's different. That's not everybody can do that. And he has that. I mean, I don't. Wow. We haven't seen it obviously on the game field. I think he had 6 carries for 15 yards last year in preseason play. And
he had that one catch down the sideline.
And he had the one catch for
Indy?
Yep, 33 yards. Yep, exactly. Yep. And then we didn't see him again. He's played. I think he's basically played in 3 games. Played in a preseason game last year. Played in a preseason game in Denver 2 years ago, and played in the one game against Indy in the regular season in 2024, and got hurt in that one too. So, again, I understand people's reservations about him, but I totally get the siren song of potential that these guys feel. But again, he's got to do it, right? I mean, potential will get you fired, as you've taught me many times.
Indeed, and it's exciting to see that he's out there. I think this is going to be one of those you have to continue to prove that you can stay healthy over and over before we really get super excited about where Marshawn Lloyd is. So it's great that he's explosive. Obviously, the Packers saw that. We saw it in a very small glimpse. But just like we were talking about Lucas Van Ness, the odds of being able to stay healthy when you've had all of these this injury history, it gets tougher and tougher as you get older, and as you continue to you're rehabbing from one thing and then something else pops up, and it's a frustrating deal. You just want to see him get a chance to really grow and start figuring things out, because unfortunately so much of your time and emotional capacity is utilized on rehabbing and just getting out there. It doesn't allow you to really be the athlete and the performer that you want to be. So all of this stuff is great, but I'm not going to get excited until we see him get 2 or 3 weeks of training camp without, he's got to take this day or he's got to do that. You got to start seeing it. He's got to stack some days. and stack some success to get some confidence both for himself, but also for this staff and for his teammates to know that they can count on him, because talent is great and it gives you all these opportunities. If he wasn't this talented, he wouldn't be in the league anymore. He obviously has that talent that gives you the runway to have a couple of injuries and more chances to showcase it. But I'm guessing his time in Green Bay, this is a huge training camp and preseason for him to show that he can stay healthy and to show off the talent that he obviously has.
All right, I have another player that they are excited about and hopeful about, and I am not, since I like to always say what I'm not doing right before I get clipped by Cheesehead TV. I am not comparing him to one Mark Gerald Tauscher. I'm definitely not doing that. But he is a rookie day 3 pick who plays on the offensive line that there is some genuine buzz about, and Matt LaFleur did nothing to tamp down that buzz. I will tell you who he is, and we'll talk about him after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance.
Proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump, and since 1927, they've been committed to making life better, and I can appreciate that. In football, you build something that lasts by protecting what matters most. It's no different at home. With the right home and auto coverage from American Family Insurance, you've got protection you can count on, so you're free to focus on your family and the dreams that you're chasing. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The world's game is here, and Kyle and Brust are taking the celebration to Milwaukee. Join Kyle and Brust live Thursday from Zocalo, 636 South 6th Street, as they kick off the road to the FIFA World Cup 26. Grab a Michelob Ultra and be part of the action with Kyle and Brust, live from Zocalo. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching the FIFA World Cup 26 at Stenny's North Shore, Spanky's Waterford, and Three Lions Pub Shorewood. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs, and if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Shop the big.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Packers starting some 11-on-11 work, and a deep strike from Jordan Love to Jaden Reed, who had Edgerrin Cooper in coverage, and he cooked Edgerrin Cooper. So as good as Edgerrin Cooper is, and as athletic as he is, and as fast as he is for a linebacker, he could not catch up to Jaden Reed for what appeared to be about a 70-yard touchdown, with Jordan Love throwing on the run, moving to his left and going deep to his right to Jaden Reed. And blocking on that play at left guard with Aaron Banks not participating, also committing a false start penalty now, so he's either going to get booted or at least be assessed a 5-yard penalty. Welcome to life as a rookie. It is Jagger Burton. Tausch, a Jagger bomb from Matt LaFleur this morning. This is from Ryan Wood of the Green Bay Press-Gazette, handling the video responsibilities. Matt LaFleur asked about Jagger Burton, who worked at right guard in OTAs last week, and this week is working at left guard without Aaron Banks.
Yeah, I see a really young guy that's extremely coachable, athletic, and is maximizing most of his opportunities. So I think every practice he gets a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better, and I can see him. He's definitely going to be in the mix to compete for playing time this year.
Matt, even though there's obviously aspects to offensive and defensive line play in this setting that aren't great, what's the value for him to get that much work?
Well, I think it's more so just the knowledge of making sure we're, how we're targeting up front, working the combination blocks, just so, it's a great, I would say, introduction for these guys in the preparation for training camp when, the evaluations really count.
That sound you hear in the background is the pouring rain that was hitting the roof of the Hudson Center while Matt LaFleur was talking. The two plays after the touchdown to Reed, Jordan Love throws an interception as Javon Bullard makes a ridiculous INT on a pass intended for Christian Watson. So, Tausch, you obviously are the gold standard for a rookie offensive lineman who was not drafted in the first round to come in and play like an NFL player. Jagger Burton, as you just heard Matt LaFleur say, will definitely be challenging for playing time this year as a fifth-round pick out of Kentucky. When he says that, obviously, me and everyone else that is standing around during that conversation our ears perk up big time, and suddenly now we're thinking of Jagger Burton in a very different way. What does it mean that he's getting these opportunities now? And what does he have to do next to continue this? Because it's one thing to do it here in shorts, jerseys, and helmets. It's going to be another thing, as Matt LaFleur mentioned at the end there, to do it in training camp when they're really evaluating.
Yeah, the big thing on his end is to believe that he can do it. And it sounds as if that's the case, because I do think there's especially when you're a later pick, your goal when you get drafted 5th, 6th, 7th round is I'm going to make the team. And then you start stacking it and you're saying, okay, I'm going to make the team. Now I want to start or I want to play. And you have to kind of go about your business in a way that is, I'm not going to take anything for granted. I'm going to be at everything. I'm going to do everything right. And what you want to hear, and you heard LaFleur say this, being coachable. Coaches love it because for veteran players, you're going to go through the thing and then guys are going to figure it out. You get to refresh a coach by being new, and you have a kind of a new project that you get to work with, and that coach kind of takes that part in, and that's good on his end. But the biggest thing you do, and I don't know how many times I've said this, probably 10,000 times in our 10 years, you have to earn coaches' trust. Coaches don't sleep. Coaches want to be able to sleep at night. And if Jagger Burton is going to be one of those 5, I need to know, man, at practice, he's going to be the same guy. In a game, he's going to be the same guy. And I know what I'm getting. And, whether it's Banks or Sean Ryan or whoever is going to be that guy that you're battling with, you want the coaches to know that they're going to get maximum effort. You're going to have a guy that studies and knows what he's supposed to do, and he can be trusted. And by all accounts, for him to make that kind of a mark this early and to get thrown into the mix in a group that we kind of thought the 5 guys were set, sounds as if that is definitely up for debate. And you as a rookie, you just want to keep that debate going. You don't want any books closed. You want it to continue, and you want to make it incredibly difficult for a coach to say, boy, he's done everything right. We got to put him out there. And once you can get out there, then you show what you can do. And again, this is mini camps and non-padded, but to make that mark and to be in the mix, as LaFleur was saying it, that's all you're looking for throughout this. And then let's get me to July, and I'm going to show you what I really can do when I throw pads on. Once you do that and you get in, you start gaining more reps. Those reps are so, especially now, so valuable with pads on. You better take advantage of them, because it seems as if the opportunity is there for Jagger Burton to snap one of these spots up. And if he's ready for it, I think the Packers are open to having that happen.
2 other things on this. One, the fact that LaFleur said what he did. Big deal, little deal, or no deal? Because
big deal.
He could have, yeah, right? Deal. Right, because he could have just said, yeah, he's been great, but, we're banged up front. We're just giving him some opportunities.
Or he could have called him by the wrong name. Yeah, I don't even know who that is out there.
Dominique.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that Clay Matthews? Yeah. No, it's always, there's times that coaches kind of feel like they have to say something. And then there's times when coaches will go out of their way to say something. And when they go out of their way to say something, that means they can barely hide their excitement for what this player is. That was I'm going to go out of my way to make this statement about a young offensive lineman, which is pretty awesome when you're Jagger Burton.
All right. And the other thing, obviously you were at Wisconsin for 5 years. You get your opportunity your final year there, right? Jagger Burton will turn 24 before the season begins. His birthday is in late August. Now, look, players, everybody's different. So Bryan Bulaga was 20 years old when he was a rookie, and when you suffered your injury, he was ready to step in, and he played at a solid level as a rookie. Does it help, though, if you're going to be thrown into the deep end of the ocean as a rookie offensive lineman to be more mature? I mean, 24 years old, contrast him with one of his classmates Brandon Cisse, who isn't even legally allowed to drink. He's only 20. So in any way, does that help him deal with the ups, the downs, the, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting this opportunity? Does that help him, and how much does it help him?
I mean, you're asking a question that's fairly obvious to answer yes, because I think anything in life, experience is always going to help you. Does it mean that it's going to push you over the top? No, but of course, the more mature you are and the more physically you're built, the more mentally that you're in a great position, you're going to be better suited to handle what is thrown at you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's why you're seeing it in college football. And you're going to see more of these stories where guys are 24, 25 years old going to the pros. And it's a huge difference of maturity and physical build and all of the things that you're looking for. When you're asking a rookie to start, those are the things you're most concerned about as an organization is, I don't know if he's mature enough to handle negativity. I don't want to lose his confidence, all those things.
Right.
You're 24, 25, man. You are what you are. This is like the old Darrell Bevell Mormon mission type deals where guys are coming in 25, 26, and you're like, he might be too old to draft. It actually skews the other way because you're going to have more of a finished product in a guy that's 24, 25. They already have kind of lived through it, and they're much more apt and capable of playing earlier because it's not that early in their actual career arc.
And look, this is also a guy who played roughly 50 college football games too. So he is definitely in a different position than maybe some of the other members of his draft class. All right, we'll get to Wo Nelly coming up. Packers continuing their 11-on-11 work inside the Don Hudson Center. Want to remind you again that hopefully you never have to make the call to Gruber Law Offices. Never. I don't want you to call them because that means you've never been seriously injured in an accident. But if you are injured, that is the call you have to make because they are the best in the business. They have the track record. They have the proven case after case after case that they've won over the last 4 decades. So go to the website to find out more at gruber-law.com, or if you have been injured, make the call, 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. We go to Jesse Nelson and make the call for Wo Nelly next, so stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 8 to 16-ounce selected varieties. Old Dutch Restaurant tortilla, crunch, ripple, or traditional potato chips, 2 for $5.50. Fresh 85% lean ground chuck, $4.99 a pound. Southern peaches, $2.49 a pound. 7 to 8-ounce selected varieties. Essential everyday shredded or chunk cheese, $1.79.
It's a long fly ball.
Every time I scan, what is happening?
A leaping grab at the wall.
Okay, fine, I'll play. Get a load of this watermelon. And here's the pitch.
Please wait for assistance.
Win Century Foods Ultimate Fan Experiences at Milwaukee baseball games. Throw out the first pitch, hold the ribbon for the Johnsonville famous sausage race, or watch batting practice from the field.
Ooh, what do I do?
Complete the entry form in Century's weekly ad and return to the store.
Aw, no, what happened here? Oh, self-checkout couldn't handle my heater. Here, I filled out my entry form. Gotta go. Have a great day. I'll go get the mop.
Enter by August 5th.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can. Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code COVER to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code COVER to get up to $10,000. That's promo code COVER.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 27 pounds and on my way to at least 30. What I love most is how safe and easy this program has been. No complicated plans, just real results that fit into everyday life. If you've been looking for a weight loss program that really works, this is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Packers practice rolls on. So does Wilde and Tausch with Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Wonelli
on Wilde and Tausch.
Are we experiencing the greatest combination Stanley Cup and NBA Finals of all time? Carolina Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights. Every game has felt like it's been an instant classic. I watched a lot of the one last night. Hurricanes win it to tie it at 2 apiece. Spurs and Knicks. The Knicks back in the finals. Madison Square Garden. All the celebrities out again tonight. Game 4. Wemby's emergence. The brand of the Knicks. To me, it's the best combination of the two since...
Come on, Tommy.
Like 2013 or 14 when LeBron was with the Heat. And the Blackhawks, I think, were playing the Boston Bruins. And that felt like a big Stanley Cup. That feels like the last time both were as big as they are this year combined.
No, you're palming it. Jason's right. The Gretzky with the LA Kings and the Jordan Bulls was kind of a big deal back in the early 90s. Tell me, all right, Jesse, I'm going to prove my point here. Tell me the 2 stars for the big teams that are in the NHL Stanley Cup.
Tortorella is the coach of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Nope. Tell me, just name a player.
Yeah.
Jordan Stahl, Jesse. Name him.
No, I can't do Stahl. No, I cannot name
Varner. I feel like there's a Varner for
Fred Varner.
When
Vegas.
I'd say this is the kind of hockey fan I am, which I am not. But if I hear the names, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know who we're talking about.
But off the top of my head, can I name a Carolina Hurricane? No, I cannot.
You didn't know Stahl, who had the game-winning goal last night, right?
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay. Whoa, Nelly. Your point is just, yeah. I get what you're doing.
Nelly!
You're bringing up because you want to talk a little NBA, you want to talk a little NHL, but the best ever. Like, come on now. Now, I do think the fact that it's New York and they haven't won a championship in forever, and that you have a lot of casuals that are interested in that, and the fact New York's the biggest media market and the biggest star in the NBA is Wemby right now. So there's a lot of intrigue, and if they could get that 2-2 after 4 games, it's going to be a big number that's going to be watching these games. NHL hockey, it's great hockey. It's been fun, but you proved my point.
Indeed you did.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Whoa, Nelly!
Jesse, are you just boycotting? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, you're laughing at me. I thought you might have more to say on
it. It was
front.
funny. No, it was just funny. It's
kind of rude.
No, go. Please continue.
Brewers.
Are you picking a trivia winner? I swear I just heard,
that was Tausch.
Chips.
That was Tausch in his undisclosed location, putting his sunglasses on. Why did you go sunglasses indoors?
Sun's starting to kick in pretty heavy here in Milwaukee.
Interesting. Brewers and Athletics, the finale in Vegas tonight. Not going to lie, I'm having remorse not looking further into going to one of these games after they've been showing the drone shots of the Las Vegas ballpark and the amount of home runs that have been hit. I wish I would have done a little further investigation into making this my first trip ever to Las Vegas. It is now, since I've been to Boston, Vegas is number 1 on my top of my board. I technically went when I was a kid, but it was like I was at a terrible age where you were too old for the kid stuff and too young for the adult stuff. So I'm not counting it like I really went. So Vegas is.
Then your parents went without you for your birthday?
Yes. Vegas is number 1 where I want to go in the United States next.
Okay.
I heard their stadium was an abomination, though.
The baby stadium is. The new stadium, I'm sure they'll fix the jet stream issues that they've been dealing with this week. What's the number 1 place in the United States you want to go next? Each of you.
West Virginia for me. Haven't been. That's where I want to go.
What's that place called? The
Greenbrier.
The Greenbrier, yeah.
Yeah, actually, we're going
out
out there this summer at some point, and we're not going to Greenbrier. So take that for what it's worth.
We have not been to Eugene, Oregon since 2019. I would like to go back there. That's the place I would like to go next. But I think the next place I'll end up going is probably Pittsburgh during training camp.
Is that happening now?
We're working on it. Efforting.
All right.
Hopeful.
I'm going to parlay that into going to West Virginia, I think. So
Mount
I think
Mama,
that'll work. I think we can pull that
home.
off.
Mount Country Roads. All right. That
like
is
that,
Whoa
yeah.
Nelly. Something like that. Yeah.
Mount Country Roads. Interesting. Gotcha.
Number 1 go-to karaoke song.
Packers.
Yeah.
Doing some 7-on-7, which Matt LaFleur doesn't like, but they've got a number of guys playing with injuries. There's 7 guys on the field. Edgerrin Cooper, Zaire Franklin, Keisean Nixon, who has now, at least for this snap, been replaced by Brandon Cisse, for those of you that are down on Keisean, based on the responses to yesterday's tweet from Cheesehead TV. Evan Williams, Xavier McKinney, Javon Bullard, and Carrington Valentine. Those are your 7 defensive players right now, but Keisean was in first and now getting some work for Brandon Cisse. We will wrap things up from practice and from Tausch's undisclosed location next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The world's game is here, and Kyle and Brust are taking the celebration to Milwaukee. Join Kyle and Brust live Thursday from Zocalo, 636 South 6th Street as they kick off the road to the FIFA World Cup 26. Grab a Michelob Ultra and be part of the action with Kyle and Brust, live from Zocalo. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching the FIFA World Cup 26 at Stenny's North Shore, Spanky's Waterford, and Three Lions Pub Shorewood. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery. The pain's back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
So I think we covered the clip of the day at the start of the show. I don't think we need to go back to that. Instead, Packer's still thin at corner, by the way. Benjamin St. Juste is not practicing. Brandon Cisse is not practicing. No, Brandon Cisse is. Domani Jackson is not. So they've got Cisse, they've got Keisean Nixon. They've got Carrington Valentine. And then after that, a lot of guys that are facing challenging odds to make the roster. But they do have Javon Bullard at their slot position. And Tausch, I think something we should do tomorrow is he just had a huge interception. I mean, it was a phenomenal interception on a pass to Christian Watson from Jordan Love. He is my guy to have that breakthrough season, like where he really elevates in what will be year 3 for him. I'm curious, how many of these guys have to have that kind of year for these guys to get to where they want to go? And maybe we can spend some time tomorrow pinpointing who those guys are that are really poised for a breakout year after all of our debate with Homer about where Lucas Van Ness is and whether he is who he is or there's a chance he can get better.
Yeah, Devontae Wyatt would be somebody. I don't know if you could say he's broken through yet. He's shown flashes, but
injuries
to have someone like him, and there's a lot of guys. Bullard, I think, is another good one. Evan Williams broke through last year. Who has already broken through? Who are our guys that are breakthrough already? Tucker Kraft broke through last year. I think Evan Williams broke through. You need to have 2 or 3 guys, I think, every year. Maybe it could be, our buddy number 5, too, Burton. Maybe he's going to be a breakthrough. So you need to have a few guys that you're not expecting to play at a high level pop. Those are your difference makers that can make you a good playoff team to be in a world championship team.
I don't care enough about Homer's opinion to call him tomorrow to ask him this follow-up question, but maybe I'll mention it to him on his show when I join him tonight. If he's arguing that Lucas Van Ness is most likely who he is, then I'd be really curious what he thinks of Devontae Wyatt, who was drafted a year before Lucas Van Ness was. So maybe I'll bring that up with him.
He can't get any better because he can't get any better. He's 4
it's too late. Yeah, it's over. Yeah. All right. That's it for us today. We will do it again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Brewers' annual Pride Night is coming up Friday, June. And everyone's invited to keep the Pride Month party going at the ballpark, featuring special events highlighting Milwaukee's LGBTQ community, like a local makers market, a national anthem performance by pop duo Reina, and more Pride activities all around American Family Field. This year's Brewers Pride Night is a party you don't want to miss. Grab your seats today at brewers.com/community nights.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers took care of business on the road as they swept the Colorado Rockies in 3 games over the weekend. The offense was on fire all weekend long as the Bats put up 28 runs across 3 games. Here's what manager Pat Murphy had to say after the sweep.
It's hard to win a Major League game on the road. It's hard to win a Major League game, period. Take nothing for granted. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day, and we happen to come out, on top these 3 games.
Up next, the crew will continue their West Coast road trip with a 3-game set against the Athletics. I'm Will Summers.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Service and savings. It's Woodman.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil, saving you big time money on fire and ice. 20 pounds of serve ice, $2.89 each, or bundles of firewood, 2 for $8.50 or $4.49 each. Ay caramba, hot prices on fire and ice. Ice $2.89, firewood $4.49. No one's even close to these prices. Better products, better prices, better service because we're employee owned.
This is Marquette Basketball head coach Shaka Smart. You're listening to the home of Golden Eagle Basketball, 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Hey,
everybody.
Can't get enough of The Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here